my beautiful viewers on E360, how are you feeling? I am feeling over the moon. I've got guests all around the world and they're going to blow your socks off. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So, my beautiful viewers and my beautiful diamond beauties and my beautiful Tanzanite heroes, what does self compassion mean for you? Our beautiful title today is Compassionate Reflection. So if I ask you, if you take the mirror and you look yourself in the mirror and you say, mirror, mirror on the wall, am I as fairest of them all? And what will be your answer? So today, I only have lipstick on. And that's okay because I am beautiful as it is. So I don't have a hang up because I don't have makeup on today. I am beautiful the way I am. And sometimes I do. I actually love to put on makeup. I love to make my cheeks red. But just before the show, I did that. Self compassion. It's not like I have to give my front teeth for makeup, but because I know I am beautiful. I know it's just a small example, but I wanted to say, do you take care of yourself? Are you kind towards yourself? Are you your best friend? That's a question. So I'm going to bring in my beautiful guest in a few minutes. I want to say thank you to beautiful Jose Escobar. He is from the Connector Leaders Academy. And I want to say thank you for sponsoring and believing in me, my beautiful Jose. Mwah! Here is to you.
Is Jose Escobar. I live in Washington, D.C. area. I'm a family man. I'm an entrepreneur, coach, author, and speaker. I have communities. I support people. I'm a servant leader, and the list goes on. And I'm primarily the CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. That's my bread and butter. That's my core offer, right? That's where I put most of my time and energy. And the Connected Leaders Academy is a growing community. It's a tribe of some of the highest level entrepreneurs from all over the world. We're now over 350 plus members, 42 states across the US, and 17 international countries. If you're an entrepreneur out there that's looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more money, more clients, right? This is the community for you.
My guest is here. My guest is here. I'm truly excited. And my beautiful viewers on E360, if you look closely at Theodore's shirt, he tells you, "Ooh, today is going to be magical. Ooh, look at me, look at me." Hello, my beautiful Theodore. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just unmute. You all can unmute yourself. Let me unmute. Unmute Theodore. You are welcome to go ahead.
Awesome. I'm Theodore Lanham Jr. I'm from Waterbury, Connecticut. I am a abundance amplifier and business scaling strategist, and I love to help others overcome challenges and obstacles.
And when you said Connecticut, I can remember years ago, there was Who's the Boss, the story that we watch on TV, Who's the Boss? So that's
Yeah.
how I connect Connecticut to America. Thank you, my beautiful Theodore. So, my beautiful chat, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited you are here. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hi, I'm Chad the Rad Dad, actually, from Vancouver, Canada area. And my background is in engineering, and I love public speaking and connecting and helping other people and making a difference in the world, just being love and light.
Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful chat. My beautiful Christina, our jet setter in this amazing panelist today, guest today. Please tell us who you are and where are you from?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me in this beautiful group. I'm Christina Heike. I'm originally from Germany and I'm now living in New York City in the US. I am a trauma specialist and lemonade maker because I make lemonade out of the lemons life gave you. And, you know, working especially like with highly sensitive people, people who are neurodiverse, the so-called black sheep of the family. And that's, you know, what I do.
Wow, I love that. Thank you, my beautiful Christina. And you only came back yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have a little bit of jet lag. Normally,
Oh, never.
there's more jet lag when you're going home as when you're going. So good luck with that. My
Thank you.
beautiful Marie, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hi, everyone. It's a thrill to be here with all of you. And I'm Marie Bailey, and I'm from Ontario in Canada. And I am a grief educator and an edutherapy practitioner, and helping people navigate the oft-time murky waters of the grieving process.
And my beautiful guest, isn't Marie's voice beautiful? It transcends you into something magical. So we've got the magical shirt. Oops. We've got the magical voice from Marie. It's okay, Christine.
It's shaking the walls, the magical voice of Marie.
Sorry.
Hey,
My
new
beauty.
generation.
Thank you, my beautiful Cindy. I am so happy you are here. So I just want to quickly tell a story to the audience on E360. Our beautiful Cindy is one of our experts, and she have done something spectacular. She's making videos on different settings, normally outside in nature, and she doesn't speak a lot, but she is showing and she's making people aware. So there's a whole bus in the Diamond Beauties Forever group with her videos, and she brought her little Cooper, her little dog with, and then the bus is even bigger. So, my beautiful Cindy, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from? And of all of you, I had the honor to hug you in 2022 when I was in America. So, please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Saylor from Denver, Colorado, your emotional wellness expert. And I'm helping women become their own best friends so they can live their glorious life. And you could learn more about me if you follow me at Sailor's Journey and our special messages of the day that you matter.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Cindy. So, my beautiful Theodore, if I can come back to you, can you please tell us what does self-compassion means for you?
Sure. Self compassion for me is loving myself, being kind to myself, also allowing myself those moments where I don't feel myself, and also being aware enough to seek that out, not judging myself or holding myself to some standard that is beyond thoughts or words, but also just, you know, being here for myself, just as I would someone else.
I love that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Theodore. I'm going to go now to Christine. Christina, can you please tell us what does self-compassion means for you?
Well, I think self-compassion is really like the salt of our life here. It's so essential. It's being really, as Cindy already said, your own best friend, having your back at all times. Even at theater said, when you have lows, you know, all have highs and lows, and we all make mistakes, and what we do when that happens, that will show the, you know, the amount of self-compassion we have developed. Are we kicking our own butts on top of it? Or are we actually holding our hand and being like, okay, I'm with you. Let's try this again. So one of my lines is, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So the suffering is what we create when we don't have self-compassion.
You just gave me goosebumps from here
All
to
right.
here, and here's the glasses to prove it. So I love that. So may I ask, can you repeat just that last part, please? You always say.
Pain is inevitable. Life will always bring us challenges, right? We're no one is safe from heartbreak or from losing a friend, from losing a loved one. And suffering is optional, right? What we do when this pain occurs, that's on us. We can't change that pain is going to come our way at some point or another. But what we do with it, that's truly up to us.
I love it. Thank you so much for that goosebumps moment. Thank you, my
You're welcome.
beautiful Christina. I'm going to move over to chat. So, my beautiful chat, can you tell me what does self-compassion means for you?
Have you heard of the term resilience? It's used a lot, and I heard this incredible explanation that really impacted me that said, resilience is not the constant withstanding of whatever life throws at you. It's about resting so that we can go hard again. Isn't that
What?
powerful?
Wow. But
And
you have to repeat it. You have to repeat it. This was powerful. Look.
okay. Resilience is not about withstanding whatever life throws at you. It's about resting so you can go hard again. So I've been incorporating self-compassion into my journey and my life to take care of myself, because I learned that I am my gift to the world, to my family, to those around me. And if I don't take care of myself, then I'm not able to share that gift with others, to take care of my family and those around me. So I'm learning ways to be kind to myself, to rest, so I can go hard again and share that gift with the world.
Wow, I love it. And maybe when we do the next round, if you've got tips for other men out there that can follow that as well. Thank you, my beautiful chat. Marie, our beautiful voice. Bird. If there's a beautiful bird. I know the exact word in Afrikaans for the bird, but I don't know what's the English word for it. It's a nachtegaal in Afrikaans, but I don't know what's it in English. So I don't know. My beautiful Marie, Christina, do you know that bird's name?
It's a nightingale.
Oh, thank you so much.
Afrikaans is so close to some of the German words. So yeah.
Oh, Christine. Mwah. Yes, my kissy to you. So, my beautiful nightingale, Marie, what does self-compassion means for you?
For me, self-compassion is really the golden rule, but I put it that treat yourself as you would treat others, because we are so compassionate to other people, and we give, but when it comes to ourselves, if we have a failure, if something doesn't go wrong, we are so hard on ourselves. So for me, it's like everybody's kind of said it here, treat myself as if I treat my best friend or anybody, but it's really that the golden rule, treat me the way I would treat everyone else.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Marie. My beautiful Cindy. Self-compassion, what does it mean for you?
You know, this is a real good one in regards to me being diagnosed as a dyslexic. I like to rip apart words now and actually have a better understanding. And when you think about the Latin roots, it means calm, which means with or together. And then patio means suffer, to suffer. And this means being able to be within, looking at yourself and sitting in the moment that you might be in suffering and making a really strong connection to why are you suffering right now. And when we are compassionate about others, we're helping to elevate them to a better place. But how about we do the same thing for ourselves? Being able to elevate ourselves. And as you've heard before, we could be our worst critics. We could be hard on ourselves. And I was that person. And now what I do, when I'm having one of those moments that a word doesn't make sense or I mashed something up, I have a little giggle. I laugh with myself, not at myself, and give myself a little compassion that sometimes stuff happens and it's okay. And so that is what compassion means to me.
Wow, I love that. And this is a pen I got in New York, but my grandchildren asked me to come and bring it home from South Africa to New Zealand. But it's just a camera. So can I ask you, I'm the paparazzi. You all are welcome to smile. I love that because the thing is, sometimes we think we are selfish to take care of ourselves, but we have to take, as Chad said, and all of you said, have to take care of ourselves first. So, Cindy, while we with you, can you give us your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is when something's happening and fear sets in, ask yourself, what would I do if fear didn't exist? What would I do if fear didn't exist? And the answer is probably just keep going. Make things happen.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Another button I got in New York. I tell you, Giovanna, mwah, thank you for all my gadgets. So, my beautiful Theodore, can you give us your golden nugget? Oh, Theodore, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at your shirt. I forget I must unmute you. You can go ahead.
No problem. Sure. I would say my golden nugget is in spite of everything that's going on around you, in spite of your past, in spite of the hurt and pain, you can still look within and love yourself because there's so much there. There's so much going on inside of you. And if you just push past that hurt and pain and see the abundance around you, you can keep going. You can keep moving forward. And you're always just one step away if you don't quit, if you don't stop, if you don't go back.
So, you are getting a double take. Goosebumps and a hand clap. Thank you, my beautiful Theodore. My beautiful Christina. What is your golden nugget?
I would say self-forgiveness is the key to self-compassion. That's also at the core of the work I do. So
I know. That's why you are here.
and we look in the mirror to do that self-forgiveness, because in the end it's all, about our view, our perception, and our feelings and reaction to what happens in our life. So self-forgiveness is a key to self-compassion.
Before I move over to chat, my beautiful ones, what I normally look at the theme, because the theme was done on near my birthday last year for the theme for the whole of this year. My birthday, 2 days after my birthday, I've done all the themes for 2025. I sit down and I ask God, what will be the themes? And I just, as the themes come out, I put it on the Sunday and then translate it over to the Thursday. And then later on, so I have prayed for this. When I got my my title, I prayed who will be the most amazing guest for our show. And all of you are here for a reason, because all of you showed self compassion. You are helping other people, even businesses, Theodore. You're helping them with self compassion for their business, for taking care of themselves to make sure that their employees are also taken care of. So all of you are here for a reason. So my beautiful cat,
Yay, all of us.
thank you so much. You are unmuted. Can you please give us your golden nugget?
Did you say Chad?
Chat, yes, please,
Okay,
chat.
great. My golden nugget is everyone is doing the best they can with what they know. And I use this in dealing with other people and realizing they're doing the best they can with what they know. And where I've really seen the benefit is applying it to my own life and realizing I made mistakes. I failed. We've had some traumatic experiences. And during those times and leading up to them, I was doing the best I could with what I knew at the time. And with that, I can lend myself forgiveness and self compassion. And it can also inspire myself to, if I want to do better, I need to learn more and do more. And that's so everyone is doing the best they can with what they know.
Wow. If you were here in South Africa and you were speaking Afrikaans, maybe Christina will pick it up. Somebody will give you a very big compliment. I will say it in Afrikaans and then translate it. But the translation is not as meaningful as the Afrikaans word. They will say to you, yes, like chat, maar jy was nou baie deep. Baie deep. So it means you were very deep, but you have to take your voice deep. Chat, you were deep. It means you went into your soul and get wisdom and you are sharing it to us. So it's a very big compliment in South Africa, in my home language. So, Christina, I'm sure you will have got the gist of that. So thank you so much. Did I do this?
Thank you.
I don't know what was that. Did you hear that? I don't know what was that. But anyway, let us continue. Marie, I must still get your golden nugget.
You need my golden nugget. Yes.
Yes.
There, my golden nugget is there is life after loss. We often think there's no way to heal after a loss, but we start to heal when we remember our loved one with more love than pain. And go where love is, that's where life is.
I love it. And I promise I will put away now that button. But I love this button. I love this button. So my beautiful guests, we're gonna do something that I sometimes do with the summits, but I'm gonna do it now. So I am gonna ask Chat a question, and then Chat, you're gonna ask any of the panelists a question, and then that person answer, and then they can ask, and then the last person will ask me a question. Oh, I just got the feeling we have to go that route tonight, so we are gonna do that. So Chat, I'm going to ask your first you the question. Do you have some tips for gentlemen to take self-compassion part of their journey, part of their habits? Can they form it part of their habits? Habits, sorry.
That's a great question. I would say that there's two tips that I would like to share for gentlemen. The first one is to check in with yourself and connect with how you're feeling. As men, we try to keep a strong face and tell the world that we're doing fine. And if we check in with ourselves and see how we're really feeling, and then we can go into those emotions and decide where to go. And with that, I would ask if you can find a couple men that you can share with, that you can let your mask down and be vulnerable and reach out to them and say, you know what, today I'm struggling, or I just need you to be there and hold space. And so if you're checking in with yourself and then find a couple people that you can share and be authentic and vulnerable with, that'll make a big difference in my experience.
Wow, that is truly beautiful. So, my beautiful chat, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to tell my husband he cannot do something in the hall because we can hear him drilling. So, please excuse me. So, chat, you ask somebody to the next question, and I will be back soon. I promise you, I will be back soon.
All right, sounds good. I will ask Christina. I would love to know about the lemonade making, and what's an example of where you've taken lemons in your life and made lemonade out of them.
Beautiful question. So the lemonade making happens with a modality that I learned over 20 years ago. It's called New Decision Therapy, and it's based on forgiveness. Forgiveness for others, because, as you said beautifully, they all do the best they can. You know, they didn't have it to give the things we wanted from them. That doesn't make necessarily okay what they did, but it's still like, as grown-ups, we can, like, from this view, understand that it was the best they could. So I made quite a few glasses of lemonade from my childhood, where I was raised as, you know, the black sheep, the very sensitive person in a non-sensitive family, feeling very neglected and unloved and unseen. And I mean, my parents are from a post-war generation, so there was a lot going on. Also, like corporal punishment wasn't yet outruled and all of that. So I made a lot of lemonade from these moments in time that I, through that approach of New Decision Therapy, could tap back into and decide to forgive and embrace my life and the person, you know, either virtually or truly, right? Forgiveness, there's a lot of myth around forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you want to have the biggest bond with a person and hang out. Not necessarily, right? For some people that might be true. For others, it's you just stay away from them. I don't know if that answered the question. I didn't go into detail what kind of experiences, but I think I gave you a bit of a glimpse, and I'm super grateful that I'm able to guide people through that journey, because what I find is that people say, "Oh, I've forgiven. I'm good. I know. because everyone knows forgiveness is good, but it's not truly sunken in. We people do a lot in our heads and not enough in our emotional body and physical body. And so that's my thing, the connection with mind and body, and obviously soul. But that's really where the golden nuggets lie. And I think that was a far too long answer for a question. I don't know. Sanet is back. Okay. For Marie, what has been the most surprising discovery in your grief work that you want to share with us?
Wow, that's the most surprising discovery. And this is going to sound really strange, and this is for myself, the most surprising discovery is that death is random. I know that sounds a little crazy, but
No.
I come from a lot of loss, and I always thought I grew up feeling, my first loss was at 5 years old. I lost my mom. And I grew up believing our family was targeted, that somehow there was a dark shadow over us, and that, it was always going to be this way. We were always waiting for the next shoe to drop. And when I first started, I'm a counselor, a social worker by profession. And when I started doing the grief work, and my mentor started talking about death being random, and I think it's the first time where I really felt like, wow, maybe we're not being targeted. Maybe there's not a black cloud over us. And so that was probably my first awakening to that. Honestly,
Wow, that must have been such a relief.
it was. It truly was.
Yeah.
It
It
was.
reminds me of a story from the Buddha, like when a woman comes with her child and says, "Can you like make him alive again? Everyone said you're the master. Make him alive again." And he's like, "Well, I will do that if you bring me zenfkorn, like a seed of a mustard seed from a house that has not experienced death." And so this woman
Mhm.
goes on a journey looking for that mustard seed to realize we all experience it. Yeah.
Yeah. We all do the best we can, like Chad said, with what we've got, we're doing the best we can. Right? Okay, my question for Theodore, I think, is I would love to know how in your business, how you incorporate compassion into your business.
Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. For me, it starts from the top, so to speak. You know, one, I make sure that my team knows I am part of the team. So what comes out of me, or what example I lead with, I hope they can see and recognize some things as me giving myself self compassion. And then I also look to them, and I appreciate them. I tell them that often enough that I think at times I don't know what they think because I'm doing it daily to the point where uh, the task is rough sometimes. We get tired, we get restless, we get lonely, we get frustrated, we get down on ourselves because we're waiting or looking for a result that's not happening. It's not here. And then, if I get crazy and all out of sorts, it shows them that, hey, this is the way I should go. But going back to them, I look for them. I look for them in a personal way, not just in a business way. There's a lot of social media stuff that we do. So even on their post, I'm posting, I'm liking, I'm commenting, I'm letting them know that I am here for you as well. So I hope that
I love
answers. There's so much I love to talk and explain things and go forth, but I hope that answers the question.
it does. I love that answer. I love that the very first thing you said, which is resonates with me and touches me, is that you make sure they know that you're part of them.
Yes, that's important. I've been through experiences where it didn't feel that way, and I knew
Mm-hmm.
if I would have got that after the situation ended, it would have
Right.
made me feel better at least. And then going home, it wouldn't have been so traumatic as far as what did I do wrong? What's going on? I'm about to lose my job. Oh, this, don't know that. And you know how the brain works. We start thinking this one thing and then we feed that monster and it grows and gets bigger. So I don't want that. And I want to lead with that. As a servant leader, I want to lead with that and loving on my team. So, Cindy, my question for you is emotional wellness. It makes me think of emotional intelligence. How can I, or one, lead with emotional intelligence?
It's a very good question. And I think a lot of times we don't take in consideration that our emotions are a direct link to our thoughts, to how we are behaving. And one of the key components you could do is if you're having an emotional situation, it could be a happy one or a crappy one, ask yourself, what's triggering this emotion? What am I thinking about? How am I feeling? And a lot of times we don't do this when we're happy. We just enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
But when we are in a crappy mood, we may stay there for a while. And it's up to you to make a decision. How long do I want to stay in this emotional state? Because we have the capabilities to be able to get ourselves out of that emotional state. And the biggest thing to do is what triggered me? How long do I want to stay here? And when am I going to get out of it? And it's
Awesome.
about
Beautiful.
learning that process, right? And being able to do it on the fly. And when you can, I'll tell you what, those crappy moments are going to be short lived.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Cindy, do you've got a question for me? My husband just said he didn't know he was so loud. So sorry for that, my beautiful guest and my beautiful viewers. He was shocked. What are you doing here? I said I had to give my show to my guest because you are making a noise.
So, Sanet, you have overcome a great deal in your life. And I'm sure there are still these moments that fear creeps in. If it does, how quickly do you react and how quickly do you conquer that fearful moment?
So first of all, I I actually my husband tells me I'm a drama queen. So first of all, when I get this fear, I will go literally like this. Stop in the name of love. And then I sing love. And then I take a deep breath. And then I think why I am fearful. What will happen to me? I will not lose my fingers. I will not lose my toes. So then there's nothing to fear. And then if the fear is persisting, because sometimes it's coming back, then I will tell that, hey, I've dealt it already. I stopped in the name of love. But if you come back again, you are going to jack. And then sometimes that comes in again. Then I say, that's enough. Now you go to Jack. So, my beautiful guest, do you know who's Jack? Hit the
Who's
road, Jack. I don't want you no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Wow. Thank you, Cindy, for that beautiful question. So, my beautiful guest, I'm going to ask each and every one of you, how are you serving the world? So, I'm going to start with Marie. Then I'm going to go to Theodore. Then I'm going to go to Christina, Chad, and then Cindy. So, my beautiful Marie, how are you serving the world?
I am serving the world because I'm helping people through what I've been through. My mentor once said to me that you're in a perfect position to help the person you once were. So for me, grief is a very personal, but grief is very personal, but is also very international. And we all feel the same way when we're going through grief. And it can be a very lonely place as well because not people don't want to talk about it after. I always talk about it as when the casseroles stop coming, people stop asking. And it's really important that people have an outlet to talk about their grief. And so I provide that outlet in a lot of training and teaching that I do. And so that is my goal, is to just help people navigate those waters. I've been there and I know what it feels like. And so to help them see that there is indeed life after loss.
Thank you, my beautiful Marie. Theodore?
Yes. For me, there's a lot of ways I believe being that example, being that light, but also Marie mentioned, your former self. And I think of all the things I've been through, all the challenges I had to overcome, and all the obstacles. Uh, and I look to help people that are going through those things, whether it's loneliness, whether it's death in the family, whether it's escaping your job. For me, it was resigning from the job that was stressing me out, and as you see, hair loss and all the grays and things like that. So it definitely motivated me to say, who can I help? And I found them, and I just like to serve them in a way of serving. Here's my heart. Here's I'm a servant. How can I help you? How can I direct you? If I don't know, who can I direct you to? A lot of people that I come across in business, they're just starting out. They don't have the funds, or they don't know where to look. And I help people just because I want to help, and they're amazed that there's no charge for these things. And I do a thing every Friday where I say a strategy call, growth call. Book it on my schedule. I'm here all day on Fridays and I will help you. No charge, no ask, no pitch. How can I help you? And if they decide to tell me something, which, the discernment of they're having a bigger issue and this is how you can help comes in, whether we pray, whether we just sit and talk, I just want to lend myself and say, hey, I am here. How can I help? Hopefully that helps you.
Did you get my hug?
Beautiful. Mm.
My beautiful Theodore, that is so beautiful. And the first day that I danced with you, I loved you. I told you there was something special about you. So thank you for that. I've now done my 509 coffee chat in 2 years and 8 months. And for me, having that experience, Christina, is it your cat that is purring? They love the
Oh my
energy.
God. Did you
Is it
hear
your
the
dog?
purring? No,
I can hear.
it's this one.
I just,
She was meowing down here. I thought if I put her up, she stops meowing. But now you hear the
now
purring. Okay.
please keep her on, because you know what?
Oh,
That
I think she's
energy that
self-conscious now.
because the
She's
energy
walking
that was
away.
flowing, she was hearing and feeling our energy, and we could hear her purr, and that was so beautiful. So, my beautiful Theodore, what I wanted to say, with all my experience with people around the world, all of us is the same. We want to be loved, and we want to love, and we want to take care of our family. How incredible that you are opening your heart, your time on a Friday. And I know people will love you for that. So I want to say thank you so much for doing that as well. Thank you. Christina, your turn.
My turn. So I help people to release their childhood wounds and trauma. That's at the core of what I'm doing. And it's a very strategic process in that new decision therapy that works organically from like the body's emotional wisdom. And it's just such a joy to see when I work with someone in the mirror and then going through that sometimes really hard process, because many like I don't want to forgive that person, right? Because we're so and going through that process and seeing the relief and release, and it's just amazing. And over the course of like several like weeks, to see that they're really shifting their state of being, it's beautiful. And really at the core is the topic we have today. It's to become your own best friend, to be compassionate with the cards you've been dealt. And I've learned many different things in this lifetime, and I call them tools. So I have a lot of tools to help my people to experiment and explore what is really the right thing for them, like that reconnects them with themselves. Because truly in the end, unforgiveness is disconnection, right? It's disconnection from ourselves, it's disconnection from others, it's disconnection from God. And so what helps each and every person to connect with themselves, to connect more with God, to connect more with others, and explore those tools. May it be as simple as a walk in nature or something with your voice amplifier, May it be meditation or prayer, and or some artistic expression. Mine just like left the wall, as you can see. There are many different tools to explore, and really I want to put a foot down for our body. We're really neglecting it often so much, and we think doing our nails is self-care. It's a very superficial piece of self-care, right? The real self-care is what all of you have said in one way or another in this call already, to be more there for yourself, and to pay attention on how you feel, what signals are coming up. And that's a work I just love doing. And I have a son that is I can see how he is, like, how balanced he is. And all the triggers that we were talking about, for me, these are all trauma responses, right? So we're extra sensitive. That's the trigger. That's why we explode. And so there's something that is asking to be released and to be pacified and integrated more, so that, like, we have all the aspects of ourselves, like, around that inner family table, all the pieces that maybe in childhood were told to be, like, not good. Okay.
Yeah. I just have to make sure that Cindy and Chad can also get their turn, and we actually have 5 more minutes left. So that's why I have to say thank you so much, my beautiful Christina. Chad, can you tell us how you're serving the world, please?
Absolutely. My first and foremost priority is to my family. I am Chad the Rad Dad, and I have two beautiful daughters. They're wonderful. One of them has a lot of special needs and disabilities and requires a lot of attention. And so that's where we're continuing to learn and grow and be able to do more and better for her. And I'm really excited about supporting my wife, Christine Williamson, who's been on Sanet's show, and she has a fabulous coaching business that she's launched. And I'm so proud of her and doing everything to support her. And I'm also involved locally in different communities. And one that I've taken a leadership role in currently is Toastmasters International. I really feel that I have a message to share with more people and to help build leaders. And Sanet, I have to give a plug here. I'm super excited that the Tanzanite Heroes is launching a men's group, and there's a real need for men to connect in an authentic, safe place. And so we're working with Sanet to help build that environment. So those are the areas that I'm serving the world right now.
Beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful chat. And my beautiful viewers out there, if you ever want an amazing speaker, because one of Chad's dreams is to be a public speaker on stages, and somebody told him many years ago he's not a public speaker, he cannot do it. So I told him, you can, and now you look where you are. You are here, you are to speak to us. So please, if anyone wants a speaker, please connect with Chad, connect with everyone, but connect with Chad as well. My beautiful Cindy, can you tell us how you inspire the world?
One of the biggest things I realized is having a disability, I was hiding. Another thing that I discovered about that is I was hiding from myself, but also from the world. But my dialogue was very disempowering. And I've learned that it's okay to tell your story. And I am finally telling my story. And I'm hoping that my story is also going to help somebody else. That's where the You Matter little videos every day that I do is because not only is it a message to those out there, but it's also a reminder to myself that I matter. So in a sense, I'm serving the world by also serving myself, because that is what is truly important. If we're going to do it for everyone else, us as practitioners, we must also do it for ourselves. And our narrative, my narrative was disempowering, but I'll tell you what, dyslexic, not anymore, because I flipped the script. And hopefully you can catch the little pun on that. I flipped the script on dyslexia. That is how I'm serving the world. I want to help people understand, change your script, change your narrative, and remember you matter.
Wow, my beautiful Cindy, I just need to reiterate this to you. You've started to post in the Diamond Beauties Forever group with your videos, and it was like a buzz. And then when I started to talk to the Diamond Beauties, the new Diamond Beauties, new ones, I want to tell them about Mrs. Spots. Please join we've got now 15 15 half an hour sessions from Monday to Friday with our beautiful Mrs. Spots. Marie are a Tuesday Mrs. Spots, and Mrs. Spots is from Beauty and the Beast. And beautiful Chad, his wife is a Friday Mrs. Spots. They are just beautiful hosts that keep space for anybody to come and tell a story or just to be there to be seen and be heard. So I'm telling the new ladies to join the Mrs. Spots, and then they tell me, "Oh, is that lady with the silent and the video? Is she also a Mrs. Spots?" I said, "No, she is our um, emotional wellness expert." Oh, they like that video. So I just want to tell you, you have you have a buzz in the Diamond Beauty. So thank you so much for that. And maybe in the future, when we add more Mrs. Spots, maybe you can consider to have your own tea party, because the ladies loved you. They loved you already. So, my beautiful guests, thank you so much for being here. You are all amazing. Thank you for holding the space while I went and said to my husband, he's making a noise. My beautiful diamond beauties and Tanzanite heroes, I hope that you've enjoyed our beautiful guest today. And Chad is right. We are going to do a Mr. Potts, but it's not the same thing. We're going to get the name, and we will do something in the Tanzanite heroes to have 2 or 3 parties. Well, I don't know. We cannot really call it tea parties. We will need to slash that still out. Still need to work on that. But also to have half an hour space for gentlemen to talk to each other. So that's going to be amazing. So, my beautiful viewers on E360, I've got a question for my guests. But before I can ask them that and then come to you, I want to ask, did you enjoy today's session? Did my guest blow your socks off? So I don't call it a mic drop. I call it boom shakalaka. My guest had amazing stories and nuggets. So my beautiful guest, will you have a dance with me?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Go.
Thank you. My beautiful viewers on E360 and Diamond Beauties and Tanzanite Heroes, will you have a dance with us? They said yes. They said yes. Here we go.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or
Keep on
sitting in the
dancing, girl.
sun. Sprinkle me with fairy
Woo!
dust and
Dance,
cover me with
Marie.
love. From butterflies to eagles, oh, there's magic in that flight.
Bye bye,
Sprinkle
everyone.
me